everybody, and welcome to the second live version of the Smark Talk podcast, but I believe episode 4 or 5. I forgot that I uploaded one like a year ago. But it doesn't matter, because it's a podcast, and who cares?
I care.
I mean, I know you do.
I put a lot of work into this, haven't I?
A lot of work. You look up what goes on Twitter. How's that work?
I'll have you know it's Facebook.
I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, as always, I am your
hostess.
It didn't work. Shit.
What didn't work?
Why, Sambo? Why have you forsaken me? Glorious. There we go.
Happened?
I am your glorious host. It forsook me. The fucking joke's gone now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I got memed. So, yeah. So, we're gonna kick things off with a bit of a somber tune in the wrestling world. Ring of Honor had its annual events, Death Before Dishonor, and during this pay-per-view, there was a double main event for the ROH World title and the ROH World 6-man tag team titles. And unfortunately, during this event, where it was Bullet Club members, the Young Bucks and Hangman Adam Page versus the Briscoe Brothers and Bully Ray. During this, during the final spot of this match, Jay Briscoe threw the table that was brought into the ring at Bully Ray, and it hit him square on the side of the temple, like flat out, and it didn't look like a bad spot. I thought it was just he wasn't in position at the same time. Bully Ray spent the night.
Intentional.
Pardon?
I'm assuming it was like an intentional spot.
Oh no! It was like it was the betrayal. It was like the betrayal of Jay Briscoe and Bully Ray, with Mark Briscoe trying to play advocate, man in the middle. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. Bully Ray then spent the night in the hospital, where he had various CAT scans and stuff like that, and
Dreamer was with him as well.
And Tommy Dreamer was with him as well. The Briscoes haven't commented, but obviously, they're all fucking professionals. I guarantee you, Mark and Jay were like, "Fuck, are you all right?" But nothing's been said on that because, again, kayfabe. ROH likes to keep it alive
somewhere.
Well, in ROH, he basically came down the next, the next night after the show, and said, and he was wearing glasses. And he basically flat out said, for the first time in my career, I'm thinking of quitting.
Yeah, he mentioned it on a radio show as well.
Yeah, on his radio show, actually.
Yeah.
So it was a bit like, whoa, what the... Because Bully Ray and Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley, they've been known in the wrestling world for very rare they were off on injury or anything. They kept themselves safe. And considering the shit that they were known for, that's mental.
Oh yeah.
But he came down and he said, as of that, and of course, fast forward to ROH versus NJPW Global Wars. After a tag match where a table was brought out, Bully Ray came down to save Cheeseburger and Kushida. Yes, there's a wrestler in ROH called Cheeseburger. He is skinny as shit. Around. Yeah, he's still around. But
you would have thought it would be a name like Cheeseburger would be some big fat guy.
No, he's skinny as shit. That's the... Oh, someone followed.
You forgot to turn it off again, didn't you?
No, I turned them off, but for some reason it's unmuted itself. That won't be happening again, but... Again, thank you very much for the follow, J.O. Ducks. I will get
Thanks
this right.
Thanks for ruining the podcast.
No, he hasn't ruined it. Shut up.
It's over.
No, shut up. But what was I saying? Yeah, he came down to save Kushida and Cheeseburger, and he basically, in that ring, said, "This is the last table I'm ever going to break." Gave a piece of it to a fan, and said, "I'm done."
Did he autograph it?
No, he didn't autograph it. He just gave it to like a young fan, because he said, like, I can't go around thanking every fan individually because he'd die of old age before it happened.
Yeah.
But he gave it to the kid, and he said, "This is probably the last table I am ever going to break." And Bully Ray said, "That's it, I'm done." So
I mean, he could just go for the safer option, and instead of using wooden tables, do what he did in the other company, which is use a glass table.
no.
It's safe.
Yeah, that was much like Edge's surprise retirement. And Daniel Bryan's. That this is probably one of the biggest like WTF moments.
We saw Daniel Bryan's coming for a while.
Yeah,
it's just about time.
You know, quotation marks on that. But yeah, Bully Ray, if you ever come across this obscure little podcast on the internet from two massive marks of the Dudley Boys and Team 3D, thank you for everything you did. Thank you for the laughs. And what else can you say? Team 3D Wrestling Company, do it!
Oh, that would be awesome. Well, they got their own school.
Yeah, they do.
But just to add a little something, it goes to without saying for every professional wrestler, thank you for giving your body for the industry just so that we can have some entertainment in our lives.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts, yeah. But yeah, so, somber note ended. Like that, we're going to be talking about a few different things today. We're going to round off the news like we normally do, but we're going to be talking on a couple of topics that we found out on anything. Gabe, have you got anything you want to say?
I forgot to go to the bathroom before this podcast again.
Awesome.
That's the news.
That's not the news.
The biggest news.
See, this is where I wish I had the fucking fail sound effect.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
But the biggest news I'd say is WWE related is the Neville walkout.
Shit!
Kick that one
Yeah.
off.
All right, so hang on, wait. So if we're gonna just start off with the news, we're just gonna start it off. So we're gonna start this off, right? Get ready. Hang on. I love that sound effect. It's fucking amazing.
Because I can't hear it, I have to wait for you to sort of count me back in. Like...
I love that sound effect. It's so good. That'll change if we get the studio going, but that's that's talk for another day. So yeah, continue on.
Sorry. Before we start as well, according to the chat, I am a little bit quiet, so you might want to up the ante on me.
Gabe, I'd say, is a tiny bit louder. I don't know.
Oh, it's a little bit louder. I don't know. Hey, let's win it, like we always do.
He's there. He's fine. I can hear him. Don't worry about it.
Unfortunately. So the Neville walkout. Basically, it happened last week on Raw, where he was scheduled to face off against Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight title.
Go on.
Oh, I hate him. But
he used to mark for him and Big Cass. What the fuck?
I used to mark, and then I found out he was an asshole backstage, and I was just like, "You don't conduct yourself like that. Stop being."
And yet you're a fan of Jim Cornette. Your logic makes no sense.
I love Jimmy. I mean, I do disagree with him sometimes, but I do love a bit of Jim Cornette. Anyway, but yeah, Neville walked out because he was scheduled to lose to Enzo, who was supposed to successfully defend his title, which led to Kalisto picking up a win.
Yeah, which was supposed to happen at TLC.
Yeah, it's supposed to happen at TLC. Actually, we'll get into the predictions later, but that sort of set off a chain reaction. He hasn't necessarily walked out on his contract. He's just at the moment he's still employed, as far as we know. But he's still under contract.
But he's no showing.
He's no showing, basically.
And he has a solid ground.
On strike.
Yeah, he has a solid ground to do it, and it's something that they can't they can't put any repercussions in for, because it's like he's had a disagreement in full view of his colleagues and other workers there, so they can't just be like, "Oh, fuck you, we fire you." It's just like, "Oh no, he's got a legitimate beef." Shit.
Yeah.
It's the CM Punk thing, just not in front of the audience.
And I was thinking about this when I saw 205 live this week, where um, it's remarkable how much Enzo actually reminds me a little bit of Punk in terms of how he sort of conducts himself on the mic. Like,
Yeah.
his microphone is his best weapon because let's face it, Enzo hasn't got fucking anything else going for him.
But that's not true. When he was a singles competitor in NXT, he was fucking amazing.
Yeah, but
he
we
was
can't
missing
see that now.
something. He was missing something, and that something was Big Cass.
7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
Big Cass is actually 6'5".
What? Okay, so they've been lying to our fucking faces.
Well, Big Show's not 7 foot. The only legit 7 foot people they've had is Andre the Giant and Great Khali.
I met Big Show. That fucker's huge.
Yeah, but he's not 7 foot. They said Kane was 7 foot for years. He's like 6'8".
When I met Show, I was like fucking. I want to say I was 11. And oh god,
I could eat you.
That was scary.
I could eat you, boy.
He could have. I was scared.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't take a t-shirt that day. But anyway, that led to a chain reaction to Nia Jax is now. She's been given an
extended
absence,
leave of absence. Yeah, because she's unhappy.
That's mainly because of she's unhappy with her pay and the way she's been booked, which is I kind of agree with. I don't know what her pay is, but I agree with booking.
The thing with Nia Jax, like in the run-up to every pay-per-view event she's been in, and every time she's had a shot at the title, she's been booked as this unstoppable force in the women's division. And she is.
And she always gets beat.
And then she always drops the pin. She always takes the pin,
Yeah.
or she she taps out, or she gets screwed.
She puts everyone else over.
Yeah. Or she's the one that delivers the finishing blow, but then she gets kicked out of the ring by Alexa Bliss. Yeah. And I'm sorry, yeah. I can't believe it's not believable but I know, but Alexa Bliss drop kicking a woman of Nia Jax's stature out of the ring. That's just not believable. I mean, I get wrestling in all is, it's all choreographed and planned and, fake hashtag. Oh, lol, I'm so fuck yourselves.
Don't use the F word. You might, Jim Cornette might hear this and get very angry at you.
Oh, fuck Jim Cornette.
God damn it, that some bitch. He said the F word on the podcast. God damn it. Still real to me.
If I saw Jim Cornette, I'd fucking slap him.
I'd hug him. Teach me your ways.
Why? He's awful.
Because he hates you. He hates everything. I want to aspire to be like that.
No, but
this has been very long-winded. But
I don't care. This is what it is, man. But yeah, the whole Nia Jax thing, it's just this or that. But the only other thing about the whole Neville taking getting the backbone to do it, a bunch of other wrestlers who are unhappy backstage have been seeking advice from a certain someone that left the company, so that someone
with a certain rin to his name.
Yeah, it's Cody. Cody fucking Rhodes.
It's Cody.
It's Cody. People have been going to Cody for advice. No, technically they've been going to Dave Meltzer for advice.
Yeah.
And then he's referred them to Cody because arguably of all the wrestlers that have left WWE and then become bigger than they were there, Cody is at the top of that list.
Definitely, yeah.
He was obscure.
But what about Swagger?
Who?
Jack Swagger.
The head no tail of him since leaving.
Oh.
Last time I saw him, he was going against Joe Hendry in a WCPW match.
And he was going into UFC as well.
And he looks out of shape. Holy crap.
I mean, he was sort of round around the edges anyway.
Yeah, but he was fit. You know what I mean? He was, athletically and stamina-wise, he was fit. Mm. That WCPW match was awful. But anyway, I kind of can see it happening, a lot of people leaving, and a bulk of them, I would say, it would be from 205 Live.
Yeah. This actually ties in nicely with the whole, you bring it up, Cody. Do you reckon the heat between Reigns and Cody is because people are seeking his advice?
Probably.
Because let's face it, Reigns is trying to be the locker room leader.
Yeah.
But
he's getting booed. It's this thing. It's
he needs the Shield.
Yeah, but they still boo him.
I know, but he needs it. It's hey guys, you can start.
It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing in the fact that in the wrestling, rewind to about 10, 15 years ago. To be a big name in wrestling, you had to be in WWE.
And have ice cream bars.
There's no way anyone can dispute that. Yes, Japan had their companies, but that was the dark days of New Japan. That was New Japan 10, 15 years ago. If you could find any of the old footage, holy shit, it was bad. And then along came along came the Three Musketeers in Shinsuke Nakamura, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Katsuyori Shibata, and they carried that fucking company back to prominence. But 10 years ago, you had to be in WWE to be someone in the wrestling world. Now,
there's so many more options.
No one gives a fuck if you're in WWE. It's like, oh yeah, all right, cool. You're a big Western wrestler.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this guy called Kazuchika Okada, who is now the longest reigning IWGP champion in history, by the way, voted number 1 in the Pro Wrestling Observer magazine. He is, by a lot of people, by a lot of wrestling observers and journalist standards, some who work for WWE included, he is the pinnacle of what a wrestler should be these days. And Definitely, it grinds Vince McMahon to death. That's why I believe is another interesting segue. Moving on from the potential walkout, that's why I think he's put all the cease and desist orders on the Bullet Club because they've transcended the company. Because they've transcended the companies they've worked in.
Yeah,
but Bullet Club is an entity larger than the NWO.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's more global as well.
Yeah.
If you think about it, NWO was only limited to
America.
WCW.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly WCW. And when he moved over to WWE,
and it wasn't as
it's
successful.
Not an original project.
No.
It's not as successful by miles, and it's not an original project. Hell, they brought Shawn Michaels back to kick people out of the fucking NWO.
Yeah. I mean, so that Bullet Club has transcended, just being a faction.
You know what I find, but and I'm going back to Jim Cornette because I'm using a reference. He must be a little bit happy because it's almost as if the territories are coming back. That's what it feels like to me, anyway.
Yes.
There's a lot more independence rising up, and
yes and no. And I say this, and I say this because it's not really the territories, because
they're still traveling around.
ROH travels everywhere.
Yeah.
New Japan, although it's a global phenomenon, they've only just recently started. Yeah, the only other time you see them, it's with a cross promotion with ROH. Their first real excursion came during the IWGP US title tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot to be said about it. But that's why I think WWE are struggling now, because there's all these other outlets for people to enjoy wrestling. Hell, and I'll even give WWE for this. They've kind of shot themselves in the foot with their British audience, because they put the spotlight back on British wrestling, and everyone saw how fucking amazing every British competitor was in that tournament. They were like, "Oh, I wonder what they do in Britain." Progress Wrestling, ICW.
Oh yeah,
Pro Wrestling Chaos. That's a Welsh promotion, by the way. I want to put it like that. Wales has got some good fucking promotions. Dragon Pro, namely one who I don't normally go with territories like that, but Dragon Pro. Okay.
Yeah. What was I going to mention? I was going to mention. I was surprised at Skype notification.
I don't know what he's on about. Sorry about it. Yeah, Dragon Pro. No, that stopped my train of thought. Sorry, Dragon Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Their recent event, Mark Andrews captured the All Wales title. But Christ, everyone's telling me to turn you up, turn you down. Make up your minds, people. This is why you should be.
They want more of a game.
This is why you should. This is why I believe you should be.
The host?
No, not the host. Fuck you.
Welcome to Smark Talk podcast with Gabe and Twitch now.
Just a segue a minute, Derp. I don't have Skype on my computer, so I don't know what the hell you're on about.
It's your Skype. You have a power to turn off your own notification. Anyway,
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm surprised Jimmy Havoc wasn't a part of the UK tournament. To be
I'm
honest.
not.
It's Jimmy fucking Havoc.
I know it's Jimmy fucking Havoc, but
Smurt Talk Podcast.
Schmurt Talk Podcast. Thanks, Icy. I love you. Yeah, so Dragon Pro Liam Wales. Liam Wales. So Dragon Pro Liam Wales. Liam Wales. Yeah, so Dragon Pro Liam Wales. In Wales. Their latest event, which is being held at the Neon in Newport, and if you've ever been to the Neon, it's which is being held at the Neon, which is being held at the Neon, which is being held at the Neon in Newport, and if you've ever been to the Neon, it's fucking awesome. It's going to be Mark Andrews versus Pete Dunne. Big fucking thing. I'm hoping that because like England have got Progress, Scotland have ICW, Ireland have OTT. I'm kind of hoping Wales gets their own one, and there's two contenders in my eyes. That's Welsh Wrestling Alliance or Association, WWE they're called, and Dragon Pro Wrestling. So if anyone from those brands out listening, I'm shouting you out here. Much love to the two of you, because I've been to a couple of their shows, and as an aspiring wrestler myself, they are great. However, for me, British wrestling at the moment is all with Progress, and British mentalness is with ICW.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I love. What do you mean? Who cares about Wales?
He's Scottish. Don't worry about it.
Enough said.
Just give him a wooden spoon and he'll be fine.
A wooden spoon and a potato.
That's a rugby joke. Anyway, moving on. From the. Is that it for your WWE news? Because there hasn't been much going on with WWE lately, apart from that.
Actually, no. I got more.
Oh no, shit! Didn't they change the cruiserweight belt recently?
They have changed the cruiserweight belt. Yeah. It looks more badass. It's like a darker purple.
Yeah. No, it's not purple, because I think I read somewhere that they've changed it to a black strap.
It is black, but it's got like a purple sort of outline or tinge.
Like
There's still some purple.
Yeah, and they've got rid of the orange like dashes on it, and they've just made it red, so it just kind of looks like a standard WWE belt now. Thank fuck, because that was a garish as fuck belt.
It was, yeah. It looked. I mean, we get purple ropes, and purple was your cruiserweight color theme, but it looks a lot better.
Yeah.
But maybe it's noted that Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas have both been off TV lately.
And JoJo.
And JoJo, yeah. They have viral meningitis.
What? Both of them?
Both of them have viral meningitis, so it's...
Bray's got to be on TV in, like, 3 days.
Yeah, it's a bit doubtful, but they seem like the healing process. They've obviously done shots of videos with him doing the whole transgender system.
It's not transgender, holy shit! I can't stand it when people say this. Oh, it's just that's not what Sister Abigail does. You didn't complain when the Undertaker Cup was coming out in that bondage-looking gear, did you? Or fucking Mikey Whiplash.
Would you complain? Well, I complained about Mikey Whiplash. I didn't know what the hell that gimmick was.
He still does it. It's fucking brilliant. I don't care what anyone says. Mikey Whiplash is amazing.
He came out under the ring when he returned to ICW. I was like, oh, cool. It's like a sort of dark nightmarish kind of gimmick. I kind of dig that. And then he was wearing
nipple tassels and stockings. A fucking gag ball as a necklace. It was great.
Yeah.
The thing is that Whiplash is fucking awesome. But anyway,
I was expecting to be scared, not in that way. You scared me for the wrong reason.
It got you fucking talking, didn't it?
The healing process for viral meningitis is 7 to 10 days, so we should be clear and okay.
That's nuts.
Hopefully that the two of them.
Yeah, that's nuts that the two of them have got them there. But yeah,
sorry,
it's gonna be Sister Abigail versus
the Pumpkin King.
Yeah, the Pumpkin King and Balor. I think I like that Balor changes it every now and then. It's the same style of the bit, but he changes it in little subtle ways. That's very nice.
Yeah. Like when he came out...
but this whole Bray yeah, this whole Bray Finn thing is just it's run its course now. I think. Like,
It is. I think this will be the go home for the rivalry.
yeah, this was a great way to
Um,
introduce Sister Abigail, but it's now I'm a stickler for the cheesiness of wrestling. I love shit like this. To me, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, I love it, but
Oh, that's something I wanted to talk
it would
to you
be
about as well.
if Raw wasn't already so bad. Like, I could justify it. As much as I like it, I can't justify the whole Bray Finn feud because the rest of the product is shocking at the moment.
Goldust is pissed. People are stealing his fucking gimmick.
Yeah. Goldust, you're going on here.
I originally dressed as a one. I originally my face paint. What the hell?
It's great.
How much? I want to ask you. How much do you know of Rebby Hardy?
How much do I know of Remy Hardy?
Yeah.
I know enough.
Okay.
Don't fuck with Matt Hardy's wife.
No.
She
But
will
somebody
fuck
did get
you
that
up
memo.
7 ways to Sunday. Yes, I saw this quite recently.
You have
actually.
heard this one, yeah?
Yeah.
A seamstress from WWE, someone who does the costume.
Not just any seamstress, though.
Like a veteran one. Like
Nah,
a
not even
proven
that. She is the ex-wife of one Shannon Moore.
Shannon Moore, yeah, and that explains the blow up. But she wished death upon Matt Hardy.
Which is not cool in any way, shape, or form.
No. And especially if Matt Hardy is married to someone like Rebby, who, let's face it, can be a little unstable.
She's one of the reasons GFW is in the shit it's in now.
Oh,
I'm not like
she
it's
has,
just
with
there.
her Twitter, she could take down a company.
Yeah, legit.
Fuck that out.
Like, she ripped people apart. It was fucking great. But no, that was a whole situation. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. You don't wish death on people. That's just not
and
cool.
when you're when it's Rebby Hardy, don't expect just one tweet.
Many tweets.
That feed though.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, so people were expecting Matt Hardy. The reason was because how it started was somebody tweeted her, Matt Hardy saying that they expected Matt Hardy to be the 5th guy in the Shield is Miz Taraj match. I'll call it the Miz Taraj just to save fucking time. Which ties in nicely because I'm going to talk about Kane. His return is going to be short-lived apparently.
Yeah, but his theme is fucking awesome.
I didn't notice any difference.
Oh, dude, no, there is a difference.
Just sounds like you're saying.
No, there is a slight difference. Yeah, you will when they release it. There is a difference. There is a difference. But this is supposed to be for like the whole getting revenge on Reigns for
The Undertaker.
Yeah, quote unquote retiring
Yeah.
the Undertaker, even though it's
That's what I was thinking it was going to lead to. Yeah,
Undertaker has been seen training.
No,
Take that as you will. No, I think the Undertaker's coming back for one last run. Reigns can't be his last match.
Yeah,
It
I
can't
don't
be.
want it to be.
No, it
No.
needs to be Cena. And I don't care if you're not a
Yeah.
Cena fan. It needs to be Cena.
I agree there. Hell, if I could people go home for both of them,
Yeah.
because Cena's is going to last much longer.
Cena is very much in the position that I have dubbed the Hiroshi Tanahashi position. Whereas he carried the company for so long that his body, like all those injuries, have just fucking caught up to him.
Yeah,
And it's the same with Hiroshi Tanahashi over in New Japan. He's wrestling at the moment with a torn bicep. People keep telling him, go and get it operated. He's like, no, I've got to keep working. It's like, New Japan is fine. You have Okada, you have Omega, you have Yoshihashi, you have Beretta. You've got the guys here. Take care of yourself, but I digress. You know, I can't argue with a work ethic like that.
Yeah, especially if you're someone like Kane who's been around for just as long as the Undertaker, really.
Yeah.
But his return will be short-lived. Obviously, he's running for mayor right now.
Mayor in Notts County. Go vote for Kane.
Yeah, or he'll burn your house down.
His campaign slogan is literally fire. I'm not saying fires in the hipster. Oh man, that was fire. His campaign slogan is literally Glenn Jacobs with a fucking fire emblem.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And
Just
his
in case you don't know
slogan,
who Glenn Jacobs is.
His slogan is lighting the way for our future.
yes, it is.
Okay. No one is prepared for a wrestler to go into politics because they could cut you the fuck on the mic.
And who would argue with someone if you're fucking Kane?
Oh.
I don't agree with your politics. Excuse
Bang!
me. I agree with your politics.
It's just funny as the fact that he made his living as an English teacher, which was quite
Yeah.
that was kind of
Do
funny.
your homework.
Yeah. No. Boom. Okay. Yeah. No, that
In other
was-
news, though, I've actually got a lot of news. I feel like I'm taking my time on this. But
I'm
Bret
surprised.
Hart is out.
I'm surprised you get any news from WWE at the moment because I've not heard of it. Because you just mentioned Bret Hart. I've not seen any
I've got
news
quite a
about
few.
Bret Hart.
Yeah. He's offered his backstage services to WWE and is willing to move to Florida, but they haven't really responded to him.
Okay, Bret, Hitman, if you're listening, you're probably not, but I don't care. Yes, you were an amazing Your work policy belongs in the Dark Ages, and that's where it should die.
It's kind of
End
ironic
of.
because it's kind of ironic because the gym is called the Heart Dungeon and we
Yep.
haven't seen the dungeon since the Dark Ages. So.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. The Harts were a fantastic wrestling family. They still are. Natty Hart, Natalia.
Mm-hmm. And
But
before his injury, Tyson Kidd.
yeah, they have this ethic of it's all about the wrestling. It's like, no, it's about the entertainment. WWE is about entertainment. If you want wrestling, go watch indie shows. You'll fucking see wrestling. I love both aspects. I love the entertainment and I love the skills that wrestlers show. But Bret has this early 80s mentality when it comes to WWE. And I don't think it's a... there's a reason Shawn Michaels was chosen to be the finishing coach at the Performance Center and not Bret Hart.
It's because he screwed Bret Hart because that was entertainment.
Well,
Okay.
I am
segment.
firmly in the camp of Bret deserved what he got because you don't walk out with the fucking company's title. Sorry.
Yeah.
You had a job to
yeah,
do.
I
If
agree.
you're that passionate about your job, you do what
You
the
would
boss
have done the
tells you.
job. Yeah. I have a segment which I'd like to introduce, which I haven't actually cleared with Twitch, so I hope it's okay.
No, it's not.
It's news. Oh, can I say what it is anyway?
Go ahead.
News that nobody cares about.
We're not talking
Summer
about
Rae.
GFW. I've told you.
No, it's Summer Rae actually, which is kind of even worse. But Summer Rae has hinted that she might be retiring, but now she's hinted that she's returning. But guess what? Nobody cares.
I didn't even know she still had a fucking Twitter account.
Hell, I didn't even know she still had a fucking job.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. So, is that all for your WWE stuff? Is that...
Nope.
Fuck me, dude!
I know, I got a lot. Okay, I'm just gonna like slam through them. Okay, so Styles wants Nakamura or Rude at Mania.
I
which
know,
I'm
Styles
all for.
Nakamura needs to happen.
Yes, and what better stage for Mania? Alicia Fox getting a push and has actually got some merch now, which
It's
I'm
a
actually happy for. In all the years that she's worked there, she hasn't. had any
Furries, if you're listening, WWE has merchandise you might be interested in. It's Alicia
merch. I mean,
Fox's
it's Alicia
t-shirt.
Fox.
Crazy's a fox.
It's Alicia.
She's a fox.
I mean,
It's terrible. I don't care. It's terrible.
it's Alicia Fox, so I'm kind of questioning my standards right now.
Bitch, Alicia Fox is fine. What are you on about?
Yeah. Goddamn. Okay, so Sami Zayn heel turn. We haven't really talked much into that. He looks uncomfortable.
It's not really. Oh, he does not.
I mean, he's taking it in a stride, but it doesn't. I don't know how to take it.
I love it.
Because as far as I'm aware, including his El Generico days, I believe it's the first time he's ever been a heel.
No, I think he's
I
been
can't
heel
recall
once or
him being
twice
a heel.
before, but
Okay.
I like that. But it doesn't matter. I think he's taking it well.
Yeah, I think it's warming up to me.
Yeah, no, I
But
like
it's,
it.
yeah. The big WWE news. This is the big one, and this is the last I want to talk about. And we can actually discuss this as well, because I want to do.
Vince
do a whole
McMahon's
discussion
become a
about
cyborg.
I mean, yeah.
God
there's a
help
reason why
us
he's been
all.
around for so long. But the wellness policy. There's been some talks about. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay, this will be an interesting little.
You've
conversation.
intrigued me, sir.
Okay. So, I'll read out the whole document that I got here. In an interview with the Matt Riviera show, retired bodybuilder Dave Palumbo, no relation to Chuck Palumbo, I believe, recently spoke about WWE's wellness policy. Palumbo, who's a nutritionist for several WWE personalities, said that the following when asked about how Triple H got into such great shape for WrestleMania 33. This is the quote.
Steroids.
They, interestingly enough, their WWE talents allowed to take a hormone replacement. They could go to an HRT place, no idea what that is, an American thing, I'm guessing. Get testosterone replacement, 100 milligrams a week, whatever they prescribe nowadays. Those are acceptable. A lot of wrestlers do it, which does explain Jinder. It doesn't, not for me, well, it's not for me to say who's using what, but they're very minimal doses.
Huh.
Palumbo did not mention Triple H directly by name, but let's face it. WWE issued a brief statement in response, so they actually got a WWE quote response here. WWE's comprehensive talent wellness policy, which is administered by an independent third party, clearly states HGH and HCG are among a long list of banned substances. However, due to a certain medical conditions, which is what I want to discuss, there are a variety of therapeutic exceptions that account for approximately 7% of our contracted talent. Your thoughts?
It's just a big fucking swings and roundabouts thing, isn't it?
It's a tiptoe, isn't it? That's what
that is a tip. Yeah, that's a big fucking tiptoe. I mean, you can either do it or you can't.
I know, and
you get tested for something in UFC and they find anything in your system. That's it. You're done.
Yeah, and it brings me to guys like it brings me to guys who I really miss seeing in WWE. One in particular who I miss seeing is Adam Rose, who was a great talent, and he was busted for being medically prescribed something, and he had a doctor's note and everything. But he got hit with the wellness policy act, and that kind of all went to shit. So
yeah, that was
so what?
It's
almost as like what? Yeah, it's almost as if what is allowed and what isn't allowed anymore.
No, you never know. You'll never.
And have they even updated the wellness policy? I mean, I understand if it's like hard shit, like God forbid they're not gonna fucking do heroin or cocaine. That's fucking common sense. That's staying in. But it's like
get a party going. Ain't no party like a mojo party. Sorry.
I don't know. Does fuck what's his name? Freebird.
Freebird.
The Freebird.
Oh, fucking. Oh, I know what you mean. I know who you mean.
Is he still working for WWE?
I don't know, but he's there. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, that's all I've got on WWE news.
I just want to point out that news segment for WWE lasted a good 25 to 30 minutes.
I know.
You'll never make it as a newscaster, mate.
God.
Fucking hell. Michael Hayes, that's the guy. Thank you, Scott.
Michael Hayes. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, I have to move on to a lot of other things while my dog barks at me. What do you want, dog? I'm trying to do a show.
Bork.
Bork.
Sniff-heck.
I think wrestling is bork.
What do you think of WWE wrestling right now? Takes a shit on your carpet.
She'd get a smack if she did.
That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. You still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I just had to go let my dog out. I had to go let my dog out. Yeah, so, in other news, Christ, finally, I can say what I say like that. New Japan Pro Wrestling had the King of Pro Wrestling, their King of Pro Wrestling pay-per-view. At this pay-per-view, it's the final stop for the winner of the G1 Climax and the champion. If they can both retain, that they get to go to Wrestle Kingdom. So it was Okada versus Evil, who was Tetsuya Naito's LIJ brother, hyphen brother, they're in the same faction together. And Okada ended up retaining, which allowed him to break one of New Japan's longest standing records of longest reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Which, again, is, it's just amazing that happened. It was a good fucking match, like a really good match.
How many stars did you give it?
I'll give it a 5. It was a 5-star match. I don't think any match Okada is in is not 5-star.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just that good. He's really good. And of course, Tetsuya Naito was defending the G1 Climax briefcase against Tomohiro Ishii. Of course, Naito ended up winning that match, thus setting the stage for Okada v Naito at Wrestle Kingdom, which shatters any preconceived dreams that we're going to see Okada Omega 4 for a very long time. Which is sad. It is sad, but you know, it is what it is. You know, they've got to, you know, New Japan have this long-term booking scheme which works so well. Like if you go to, if you see a New Japan show, you don't see like there's no promo segments. That's all done in interviews and backstage segments, where, you know, after matches and stuff. But that's that. Yeah. Also happening, what happened? A big milestone for British wrestlers. Will Ospreay captured the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title off Kushida. One of their top junior. New Japan's top junior right now is Kushida. The Times player. If you don't know who he is, check him out. He's amazing. But yeah, Will Ospreay is now the reigning, defending IWGP Junior Heavyweight champion, which is amazing. Jim Cornette, you can go fuck yourself for saying Will Ospreay would never be anything in the WWE. In wrestling, because he's now the guy in the junior division. So Cornette, fuck yourself.
Love you.
Like that. Also making their debut / return was Show and Yo, the Tempura Boys in ROH. But now going by the guise of Roppongi 3K, directed by Rocky Romero. Which is really, really funny because in ROH they were booked so poorly. They were booked as a joke tag team. It was like, it's so bad. And yet down in CMLL, when they went down on excursion, they were, you know, they were booked as Fujin and Raijin and all that kind of stuff. They were amazing, but they got to like America and they were like, it's just, over there. And then they go back to New Japan and then end up capturing the junior heavyweight tag team titles. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like that. And, you know, it's just like that. And of course it now means that Chaos has a majority of the Chaos faction, being the faction that Okada leads. They now have a majority of the belts in New Japan. Which is fantastic. In my eyes, because I'm a Chaos fan. I'm Bullet Club for life, don't get me wrong. But, you know, if I have to rate them, it's Bullet Club first, Los Ingobernables second, Chaos third, Team Taguchi Japan fourth, and then everyone else underneath.
Redwood Club.
You're not you're not a wrestler.
I could be.
I mean, I'm trying you. I'm trying to get you to do it. But you're like, I don't know what you want to do now, and I gotta do go Sneeny. Dwayne the Rock Johnson giving us gems like that. Anyway, moving on.
I wonder why mistake with last one.
Yeah. We did kind of show, but I don't care. It's my show. I'll do what the fuck I want.
I know.
Like that. And
I don't complain, baby. I mean, you just kind of said, when you start the show and you say, yeah, I haven't got much news, and then you take half an hour to get through, I'm just like, fucking hell, dude, you said you didn't have that much news. You kept cutting in. I wanted to move on, but
I was responding.
Okay. Next time I'm just going to cut across you and interrupt you.
Do what you want. And then, of course, currently running is the ROH Global Wars tour, which is ROH versus New Japan. That's like a thing that they've been going, well, that's like a friendly competition between the both companies. That's been going on. Check it out. It's amazing. You see all these kind of things like that. It's the one time you actually get to see a majority of the Bullet Club together, which is nuts. Yeah, that's that. And as I think about it, that is it for all of the news. Thank Christ. So I'm just going to push my magic button. That's it for the news. Holy fuck. That's the majority of the podcast. Holy crap. But yeah, man, that was like that. So yeah, that's the news in the wrestling world as it stands. Like that. Of course, there's hundreds and hundreds of tidbits of news but you know, I only follow the ones I care about, as does Gabe. So yeah.
Well,
Shut up.
anything worth talking about.
But yeah, so that's that. Okay, so something was brought to mine and Gabe's attention recently.
Uh-oh.
When it
Oh
comes
yeah,
when it
yeah.
comes to the distribution of WWE's product.
Yes.
Now, apparently, countries that don't have a TV deal with WWE get full episodes of Raw and SmackDown totally free on the WWE YouTube channel.
Yes.
Not a penny spent.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, WWE monetizes their videos, so those countries are essentially giving money to WWE.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet,
Whereas
we're sat
here in the UK,
if we want to watch WWE, we have to buy a Sky Sports package or a Virgin Media Sports package.
over WWE Network for $9.99.
Well, no, you can't even watch Raw and SmackDown on WWE Network. You can watch past episodes,
Yeah,
but you
true.
can't watch the modern ones, like the up-to-date
Yeah.
ones.
You get on our, from my point of view on our YouTube. Whenever I go, this is how I like learn what's going on in WWE. I just see like
Highlights, clips.
you know, pre highlights. Yeah. Like the start of a match, and then it cuts to like the end of the match or whatever, or promos, etc., etc.
Yeah.
We don't get full shows.
This tidbit was actually explained to us by Totally Not Nathan. He's a resident, he's a regular viewer of my streams, and
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. And yes, he put across his argument, but the main crux of his argument was that apparently because his country, which I think is Finland, was it?
Don't ask me.
I believe it was Finland, and other countries like that. That it's fair for them to get that completely free of charge, whereas we have to pay for it. And it's like,
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, but that's
Sure.
fair. And I was like, no, that's not fair, because
Surely in that case, that is why you would have the network.
yeah, which is what. And then I made, and he was like, yeah, but I can't. I don't have the choice of signing up to a TV network. You guys do. I said, no, we don't have the choice of signing up for the choice. If we want to see it, we've got to go through a third party and pay extra prices.
Yeah,
So not only do we have to pay a TV bill, but we have to pay the extra £5-6 on top to get the package in order to view one aspect of 12 channels that I'm not going to watch. Do you know what I mean?
And hell, even I share out my WWE network so that
And-
other people can watch
yeah.
shite.
And WWE themselves crack down on anyone who puts any of their content out online. Like,
That's true, yeah.
they crack down on it, yet they give their content out completely free of charge. That makes
Actually,
that's a double standard.
it is a double standard. I want
And I
to point out as well because
understand-
I've been. Go on.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I've been hit with a few copyright claims myself on some of the videos I put out from WWE, and it's the same old stuff with any copyright thing that I get from YouTube. Where if I've used like some music that I'm not supposed to or whatever, it's a slap on the wrist, and I said you don't have to do anything, no warnings, just to let you know that we could the party who initiated it can put ads or
on
whatever.
the video and you get
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
from it. So, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's
fine.
fine. Yeah.
That's fine. But the crux of the argument he's like, yeah, but you guys have that choice. And it's like, well, no, we don't have that choice. If we want to watch it, we've got to watch it on TV and we've got to pay those prices.
Yeah.
We can't watch it on the network because that's not an option. The network is I would use the network primarily for pay-per-views. You know?
But this is where I'm getting a bit confused now. So why is it that even if if WWE puts ads on my videos for using their content to their music or
that's
if they
not what
use
this is
their
about,
clips?
dude.
No, but I want to know. I want to know is why are we doing that in terms of because at the end of the day they're still making money off the ads on say my videos or whatever. But if someone like uploaded someone like an anonymous channel uploaded like a full episode of Raw or whatever, why can't they just do the same and then they make money off that YouTube channel because they've done that?
But that's not what this is about. It's not about them making money. It's the argument is it fair that these countries get it completely for free, whereas we have to jump through hoops to get it? And
Oh, yeah.
at the end of the day, the it's a double standard. The answer at the end of the day is no. That's not fair.
It isn't.
Like,
No.
I mean, I can understand countries not advocating wrestling. I completely get that, because some people do find it violent, and it can get violent. You know, it's like that.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the accidental shit that happens in wrestling, it's nasty as fuck. I mean, if anyone saw the Seth Rollins injury, his leg bent completely the other fucking way. That's just...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've-
But...
And credible credits to Triple H as well.
Fuck, I can't count the times he's blew his fucking leg out.
He took a fucking pedigree on.
Yeah, and he
gave
finished
someone
the
a pedigree
match.
on the
Yeah,
walls.
and
Crazy
he finished
bastard.
the match. But yeah, it's in my eyes, like, you know, and like I'm completely neutral when it comes to stuff like this, because yes, my side of the argument, when I'm arguing against it, I'm on the side of, well, that's not fair. Why should I have to pay? But I can see it from both points of views, and in a way, it's better that way for WWE rather than, like, say someone like Nathan going online and finding an illegal stream or an illegal upload.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to give out your content to a percentage of your audience for free and then expecting the rest of them to pay is a complete double standard, and it's not right.
It isn't.
That's not. It's not fair. That's not. That's not equality. That's not fair at all. Which is why I made the argument of, say that in those countries WWE have their network. What if, say, rather than paying $9.99 a month for the original shows, NXT, and the pay-per-views, you know, what about saying they pay, I don't know, what's a fair, like $12.99 a month? So that's 13. So for us, that would be £13, and they get access to Raw and SmackDown, completely ad-free. I included if it's on the network. So that would be an advantage for you, and I'd be okay with that, because they could make that option for everyone, and it'd be fine. But giving it out totally for free, I don't think it's right. I just, you know.
Or what we could do is not give it out for free at all, and just, like, because I know YouTube give out, like, movies and whatever. We could just, like, have a subscription.
You can pay for it on
YouTube. Pay for get everyone to pay for a full episode, or if not, just stick to previews and clips like I do.
Yeah, that's like that. Yeah. So the whole crux of the argument, it was on my Discord server actually. And I was like, and you know, and it was, I was like, but it's not fair. That's the reason. It's a double standard, and double standards as they aren't fair. So you know, that's like that. Again, I completely understand it though. The country don't like it. It's violence. They don't show UFC and stuff in Finland. It's like that. But you show grown men fighting in armor, you fucking weirdos. But yeah, no, that was like that. I mean, this is going to be the first time I ever say this, but what do you guys think? People watching now, what are your thoughts on that? Tweet your thoughts at me. Post it on my Facebook page. Or post if you're in my Discord group. Post it in the wrestling discussions. Wait, I don't have it. Post it in the wrestling discussions tab that I will make after the podcast. No, I do have one. Podcast talking ideas. Yeah, post it in there. What do you think about it? Personally, I think it's unfair, but you know,
I personally think it's unfair.
You know, where
this is coming from a point of view of two Brits. So
yeah, of two British people who understand. Who again, I advocate this. For the love of God, I see both sides of the argument. Okay, I am neutral in this. I'm like, okay, I get it, because I'll put my hand up to it. I used to watch it illegally too until I got so into it. I was like, well, I'm going to start paying for it. New Japan, if you're listening, make your fucking subscription process a hell of a lot easier, please. That was a fucking ball ache.
Quick question, Will. Are you uploading this on YouTube?
I will be uploading this. This will be going up to YouTube. Did you just fall over?
One of my drinks did, yeah.
This will be going up on YouTube. So again, if you're listening to this now, hopefully I don't get the same copyright bullshit I had when I was uploading the last one and it went up after the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? You know, I fucking interaction. This is about. Fucking talk, and be nice, be civil about it. You know,
be a Smark.
Don't be a mark, be a Smark. But yeah, that's you know, that's that, and that's what I think like that. But you know, that's you know, that it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's my view. You know, but
and I'm sticking to it.
take it as you will. So yeah, we are coming up to the 1 hour mark right now.
Yeah, I was going to suggest. Do you want to go into predictions?
I've got nothing else.
I got nothing else, which is probably good because
it was very
probably
news heavy. There's, you know, it was very news heavy as well like that.
Considering it was a slow news week, apparently.
Yeah. It was a slow news week for me. All I had was the ROH Global Wars, the Bully Ray thing, and New Japan, and that was it.
What can I say?
Fucking
you're welcome.
Captain News Troll over here. It's just like, oh, I haven't got that much. Opens up a briefcase
At least
full of
I'm
notes.
thorough.
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to keep it going for as long.
Yeah, but I'd like to keep the news relevant, man. The Summer Rae thing, I was like, dude, you've just wasted a good 3 minutes. What the fuck? Yeah, no. All right,
well, I
cool.
thought it was a good segment.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, we should point out that
now we are going to go into some predictions.
And we have to mention as well that TLC is very lackluster by the looks of it.
It is a boring card.
Extremely lackluster. For a name like TLC, there's one TLC match.
Oh shit, there was a bit of news we didn't mention.
Oh, what's up?
Jinder Mahal challenging Brock Lesnar.
We all know how that's going.
There we go!
Rest in peace, Jinder.
R.I.P. and pepperoni. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Predictions. Right, you've got the card. I've got a notepad.
I have V. Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher versus Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann.
This is pre-show, yeah?
I'm assuming so.
I'm gonna go with Kendrick and Gallagher.
I'm going with Cedric and Swann.
Really?
You know, we should have like a card. So after
I'm planning on this.
Yeah, because I want to beat you at something. Goddammit.
That's why I'm taking notes now, so I can keep track of it and mention it the next time we do like because I'm thinking about doing a TLC Fallout thing, but it's stuff in the works. I'll mention it on Twitter or in the next one. Every time we do a podcast, it'd be like the Twitch feed game. It's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah. Kind of like what Culture used to do. But anyway, yeah. I'm going with Kendrick and Gallagher. You're going with
Cedric and Swann.
Fair. Okay, so
then we have
what do we have
Cruiserweight title. Cruiserweight title championship match.
Kalisto
versus Enzo.
Kalisto.
Funny enough, I'm going with Enzo.
What?
As much as I don't like the guy in terms of storyline wise and with recent events, he wasn't meant to lose the title at Raw. And yeah, you could argue that he was supposed to lose it at TLC, but the plans changed, so I'm going with Enzo. Because I think they might switch it up.
No, alright, no, I'm going with Kalisto.
Okay, up next we got the Pumpkin Kin versus Follow the Bloomers.
Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. This is a tough one, actually.
I'm gonna go with Wyatt because he's introducing. He has to win. He's introducing. I mean, as corny as it is, he's introducing something new with his character, and he kind of needs it to win. So I have to go with Bray.
Thing is, though, the push that Balor's been having lately, it's just like they can't knock him down.
The future plans is for Balor to eventually take on Lesnar at some point.
Yeah, to get the title back. The title never lost. Well, I'm going with Balor. I'm going with Balor simply because it's like the whole crux of this thing is that Bray has been trying to disparage Finn, but you know, to no avail.
It's failing.
Yeah. I go with the demon. I'm going with the demon Balor.
I'm following the Bloomers.
So, yeah.
Do we even need to mention the next one? Because we both know how it's going to go. R.I.P. Emma.
Asuka v. Emma.
Asuka. Asuka. Hands down.
This is the most fucking, like,
if you want shock factor, though.
If you want shock factor, maybe.
Undefeated fuck, she beat Goldberg's undefeated streak.
2 years.
So for Emma to win,
2 years. Her entire NXT tenure. Her entire NXT tenure, she was undefeated.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm going Asuka.
I'm definitely going Asuka. Bliss versus Mickey James for the Raw Women's title.
Oh, I want to say Mickey.
I want to say Mickey.
I
as well,
want
'cause
to say
think
Mickey,
she would
but
have a nice run.
she's our era, isn't she? Though
She's.
she's like,
I see. You say she's our. You say she's our era. She was towards the end of our era, to be honest.
yeah,
Roughly.
but she's still our era though.
Yeah.
She was in the the transition phase from Attitude to PG.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Mickey. I want Mickey James to get that title. I'm gonna go.
I
Mickey
still think we're
James,
gonna. I don't know. Same
times
that,
over.
but with the Finn because I was expecting Nia to take it off Bliss, but obviously Finn's have changed now. But I'm gonna go with Bliss, because I think plans might have changed now. But I'm assuming that someone else is gonna take Nia's spot and take the title off Bliss. But I don't think it's gonna be Mickey James.
Fair.
So I'm going with Bliss. And then our main event. This is literally the card.
What?
This
1,
is it.
2,
This is
3, 4, 5, 6 matches.
That's it. That's
No,
all I
there's
got.
gotta be more.
I looked it up. I've looked it up. That's it. I mean, I could try and find.
Where's the tag team titles? Oh, no, because yeah, the Shield.
The Shield. That's it.
And there's no Universal title match. Oh my lord.
I know. I told you it was very bad and lackluster.
Holy crap! How are they gonna stretch this for 4 hours?
It's fine. Enzo will cut a promo before his match.
Holy crap! They shouldn't have matches on the pre-show. I guarantee you, there's gonna be matches on the pre-show that we're not gonna be able to make predictions on because they're gonna have to try and stretch.
Probably. Or we're gonna introduce like you know what? Entertain. I'm gonna see if there's. I'm just gonna double check this. Because I agree. I agree. It's way too sort of short.
I just imagine fucking. Gabe's not gonna be able to hear this. I just imagine the creative team doing this all the time. What if we do this?
Oh no, sorry. We have missed one match, and it's actually the only one on the kickoff, which is Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. I did mention it earlier.
Oh yeah, cool. I just did a shit ton of air horns as well, by the way. So R.I.P. R.I.P. headphone users because that fucking hurt me.
I want to go with Fox on this one because I think
she's getting
deserves a bit of a push.
All right,
I'd be begging her to get pushed.
I'm going with Banks because it's Sasha Banks.
God damn it. The flaw is you can't hold a successful title run.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the main event: Shield, Seth Rollins, Reigns, and Ambrose versus Braun Strowman, Kane, Cesaro, Sheamus, and The Miz.
3 on 5.
I gotta go with the Shield because they've just returned and you know they purposely stacked the odds up against them to make it seem like impossible odds. So
we gotta make Roman look strong. Yeah, I'm going with Shield.
Oh fucking
Sierra Hotel Indigo Echo Lima Delta Shield.
Shelled.
Shelled.
Wop 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 wop. Womp, womp.
Have you noticed something about the Shield's entrance music, by the way? It's not the Shield music. It's Roman Reigns' one, just with Shield at the front of it.
Dude, it's always been like that.
No. There's a slight difference between the two of them. The Shield one's got more symbol and more crash symbol, and it's a bit like more gainish, whereas Roman's one's a bit more bassy.
I would prefer. I'd prefer it if it came out to Seth Rollins' theme instead, like Sierra Hotel Indigo Echo. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, CFOS is they're thinking of making a new one for him, but fan outcry was like, "Don't you dare!" Blah blah blah. I know what people's problem with CFOS is. They make great themes.
Yeah.
They made this one. Glorious. I played Glorious, by the way.
Yeah, I kind of guessed.
I mean, so they can't be all that bad, but yeah, that's the
and that is TLC.
How utterly disappointing.
That is a bad card.
That is
it's like when
terrible.
you're playing. It's like when you're playing. You want to play 21. I have 22.
Yeah, that's terrible. That is an awful card.
And you're wondering why the viewership is down in the live event, in the TV events. Cena's mentioned it as well. I don't think it was really related with me, but the attendance records are shocking.
Man. That's just bad.
It is.
Right. So that's that then.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Just gonna round off the back here. I haven't, aside from the one alert that was popped up at the beginning of the show. Geodux, thank you for following, and Go Huey, I think that Go Hugh, Go that name. Thank you, also thank you for following. I hope you've all enjoyed. Yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed the Smark Talk podcast. As always, I strive to have fun here. And I kind of, I made the joke of the long-winded news segment. It really doesn't matter. I just got the sound effects for the sake of having a soundboard because I'm childish. So there's that. But yeah, I got nothing else. Gabe has nothing else to say, I assume.
I have to go pee.
Aside from that, we'd mentioned the thing of a studio. That's something that we are working on in the new year. More on that in the new year.
It's going to be a long-term project, so we'll keep this at this for a while.
So it will just leave it at that for now. But as always, I've been Twitch.
I've been Gaben.
And this has been the Smark Talk podcast. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And until next time, I will see you later.